Alrighty, hello and good morning. So, before we get started going on here, I figure I'll just go ahead and kind of show where the party is at this point, just in case anybody happens to pick up the very last part exclusively for some reason. But anyway, so yeah, 5 Berserkers, 5 Knights, essentially all the Knights except for one, running essentially Tridents and Shields. Silver Lorca on all the Knights, or on at least, on all the Knights in order to make sure that they have Steadfast. Heavy Scutums for the sake of stun. And, everybody else is just kind of focused on damage, except for Canopus, who's here for the sake of distraction exclusively. Skill-wise, most of it's been pretty uniform up to this point, with Blood Price and Last Resort kind of carrying most of the damage throughout the run, with Guardian Force and Aegis kind of providing support for them the entire time. So having speedrun it all the way up to here, so far highest skill for anything is Denim here with his two-handers. And everyone's running about rank 2 to 3. I was kind of hoping when routing this that they would get all the way up to rank 4, but oh well. Was hoping to have more folks with a ranged finisher. It doesn't particularly matter. They're all pretty much good to go as it is anyway. And the only difference between the Berserkers, I have Denim here with medium armor rather than light armor, just because the Azure necklace helps him out with his other missing stats, plus that little bit of extra luck. Plus it's a little bit more tanky, so he's slightly less likely to get targeted. Everybody else is running vests, helmets, and Ring of Vigor. Voltaire's the other one here, who's instead running War Ring and hammers for the sake of getting that extra crush damage whenever it's needed. And then Diebold here, also running this because I didn't have I didn't think about the extra Ring of Vigor at the time, which actually, come to think of it, I probably should have slapped onto him at this point. So I'm gonna go do one last checkup here. Do the usual rounds on the kiddos and stuff like that, and make sure everybody's good to go so that we can go ahead and finish this up. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so looks like we should be all good to go here, so let's go ahead and make that happen. Is there anything I'm forgetting before we start? I don't think so. By the way, I did get those emote things done. Not that anybody's particularly too subscribed at the moment, but I will be, well, I was trying to upload them, and apparently they're like 1 kilobyte too large or some crap. So either way, that'll be up later. Just kind of throwing it out there. So without any further ado, ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so first of all, party setup here. Definitely need to remember to give Dottle that vigor, just to keep him a little bit more alive. Okay. Then one last shop visit before we do gardens. Essentially, we're going to sell everything that's not currently equipped. And use all of this in order to get all the items that we need. Yeah, bad inputs because I'm basically starting off from the very morning, you know, as you do. So get rid of everything that isn't here. Rid of Spike Shield. Cuirasses, vests. Just get rid of everything. Because yeah, we're going to need some safety items. So first of all, ginseng. Lots of ginseng. So 20 ginseng should hopefully do it. Mending seeds, as many as I can get, and then 14 holy waters. I don't really expect to need so many, but it's there. Okay, and there's the last menuing, because we get the Lombardia. Alright, and that's going to be going over to Fulkert here. That's why I went ahead and left him on swords. It's usually good to leave somebody on swords. Wow, it's getting all weird. Because yeah, by the time you get to this part, the Lombardia is pretty fantastic. So we get one too many, so we're going to take Merton out of here. This fight is usually going to be a good example of, well, it's going to be a good telling point as to whether or not you're going to be able to make it through the rest of this this area here. Okay, so this fight can be a bit jarring sometimes. So first off, Canopus on delay duty as he usually does. They've got one healer, they've got 3 heavy crossbows, they've got multiple casters. What you want to do is kind of form up around this area, leave most of the heavies to just kind of sit around. It would be ideal to get one of them up around that top area there, so I'm going to go send one of them out that way. Because you want to be able to attack from both sides. I'm pretty sure they can make that jump. But if they can't, we really can't use anybody other than Denim in the front here anyway. So as you can see, they will just completely wreck you down with crossbows and things. So what we want to do, or at least what I'm planning to do here, is essentially get Voltaire and Denim up front. Voltaire mostly for support. Let's get a Ginseng on Fulkert. He's going to go ahead and do a Guardian Force. And he's essentially going to set up for a early blood price on Denim. There we go. Now, because of the way that we have the party set up, yeah, the casters are going to do next to no damage, especially the medium casters, light casters, so fencers and all the like. I'm going to have a bunch of knights here just in case they need to spam mages over and over. I'm not really expecting them to do too much. The casters, again, are, like, as long as you're able to resist them, they're mostly going to focus on debuffs. Because if they can't do much damage, most of the time, their priority goes, like, if they're within range to attack, they'll do that. If they are within range to attack, but also have a debuff, they can hit more units, they'll typically use that. Alright, let's run you up here. Yeah, let's go use a blood price. Oh, I screwed up. I screwed that up. Yeah, it's morning. Anyway, insta-kill. Insta-kill. Yeah, okay, so they can make the jump up here. That's good to know for the future. So only the knights shouldn't be able to make this jump. So this fight shouldn't be a problem. This is the one that, again, will tell you if you're going to have problems or not. Alright. We'll pretend that was intentional. I actually hit the wrong button when I sneezed there. Yeah, we'll pretend that was an intentional hit. Okay, let's go ahead and throw a Ginseng on you. For most of the fights, we're not actually going to be trying to get the early advantage this often. Or at least to this degree. Like, we're not going to be using 2 Ginsengs for a fight. That would just be a complete waste. The only reason I'm doing it here is because again, because this one can leave you in a pretty tricky position if you can't get the early advantage. The reason that I say that this tells you how you're going to do the rest of the fights is because if anyone here's watched the ferry run, well, exactly this. It's like at this part, everything was going absolutely great up to that point, and then we get to here, and suddenly everybody's doing 1 damage, and we're relying on a bunch of tricks to be able to make it through, and eventually beat it. But you know, just saying, it's here, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of damage here. That's fine. Nobody's really gonna attack him, so this is just TP generation. So there you go. Last resort, and then we'll be able to use him for another Aegis. But it looks like they're only able to do about 50, so we should be alright. So after we break through the left side, the other side, or rather the top guys, should be able to lay some serious earn on all their archers, so this shouldn't be too much of a problem. On Bash. Okay, Bash didn't proc. Unfortunate, but it's fine. Would have been nice for it to get through. Hello there, Mr. Procow. How's your morning? Hopefully pretty good. Alright, let's take a short move with you. That way they can attack from 2 different angles. Healer's going to go ahead and heal that one. That's perfectly fine. 1 blood price will be enough to take care of them anyway. Go ahead and go for the double poke here, so that I can get an Aegis going over here. I probably should have gone for the blood price, but it's fine. So yeah, we'll go double blood price to be able to take care of both these guys on the side. And then from here, Aegis should keep him relatively safe enough that he doesn't get targeted. He's out of range of all the crossbows at this point. So we go over here. Unfortunate. Oh well. Put on Hopongo so he's not getting targeted too badly. Put a Guardian Force on here, and on top of that, let's go ahead and give him a little bit of heal. Not the right healing item. I meant to use a 50. Doesn't matter. That's fine. He'll still be able to get where they need him to. Yeah, we're starting off this morning a little bit iffy. I guess I slept like 2 hours yesterday. So yeah, one of those days. But oh well. One of those days. By the way, as far as the emotes go, I only finished up like 4 of them so far. So there'll be more of those later, and you know, actually uploaded when I manage to actually upload them. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of damage there. That's fine. Give him more Aegis. Optionally, I probably could have just given him a Mending Seed, but I'm not very smart today, it seems. Yeah, that's a good sign for the hardest part of the run. But again, it seems like we're doing just fine while completely truckling our way through this. So we should be okay. Yeah, I need to remember to get TP plus for all these guys. There's the first hit. Their healer shouldn't get a turn before the secondary Berserker can move. Alright, there you go. You can go ahead and drop the Mending Seed. We'll pretend it was on purpose before. What do you mean? I totally didn't mess up my inputs. It's all good. Right. And he survives with 1 health. That's unfortunate. That is dang unfortunate. I probably should have just gone for last resort there. That's fine. It's fine. We're not really too threatened here. Not to mention if their healer decides to pull forward, then we're just fine. Plus, a good number of the party has Reflect, so that 1 damage, if he decides to go for somebody in the back, that'll most likely get them taken out. If he goes for one of the Berserkers, they'll take him out. Their accuracy is high enough at this point that they just don't miss, so it's all good. Oh, he's going for one of those, huh? Well, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Alright, let's go here. Just turn on Blood Price, just so I can get it near the Guardian Force here. And go ahead and heal up. The old Bloodborne charge, as it were. Alright. There we go. You're going to go ahead and attack this one. Just to hopefully get him out of the way a little bit. Perfect. Okay, just to keep them all topped off here. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit better in the future maps here. There's one map in particular that can also really screw us, and I'm really hoping it doesn't. And that's the Cockatrice map. I actually don't remember if I routed it into this run or not. Because there's two shortcuts, they should skip most of the fights, but if we end up running into the Cockatrice map, we could have some potential issues. I can have Eddard continuing to run Guardian Force, just in case. Sonic Blade on this guy. This would have been the... Oh! Oh man, that's awesome. So basically what happened there, he was running Guardian Force for his friend. And yeah, that one damage was enough to take him out. So yeah, go figure. Accidental berserk there. Accidental double kill due to a defensive ability. You don't see that too often. Let's go ahead and take a short move with you. Her health's shockingly low, but it's alright. We've got enough pressure now that even if they get knocked down, we should be alright. Yeah, your Tyrant's Fist. Okay, so we'll go here. Yeah, this fight's probably one of the longer ones in the gardens. Let's go here. Throw an Aegis out on our Guardian Force up here. You know, it never occurred to me before, but I guess Guardian Force is supposed to be a FF8 reference in this game. I don't know why that never occurs to me either. Alright. Go ahead and axe this guy a little bit more. Perfect. Yeah, they'll all continue going towards him. He's got ridiculously high range evasions, which should be perfectly fine. And as soon as those berserkers get to the healer, they're, well, that's actually their knight guy, or rather their warrior guy. Yeah, blue and brown is warrior, full blue is, what's it? Full blue is healer. I think it's dark blue that's it's swordmaster, and then blackish blue, or like navy blue is Terra Knight. At least you can identify by color now. Because, you know, their classes actually matter now. Alright, let's move you here. It's just a curb stomp now. It's all over but the damage. Come on. I probably should have gone for the Morpheus. That would have put the healer to sleep, but it's fine. We're still okay. We're more than okay, in fact. As they're not even really getting a chance to do much serious damage. Like, Brimstone Hail is all they got going for them. They would need 6 of them in order to take out Denim, and they've only potentially got a maximum of 4, so even if they all targeted him, it's just not going to work out. Okay, Blood Price Smash. Insta-kill. Ooh, and we even get a strength card out of it. We'll see if she has the time to go pick it up, though. Here. If you're wondering why I haven't been putting up Aegises or any of that, I'm actually going to use one Guardian Force, or no, I actually can't. Whatever. Aegis 7. Generally speaking, we're in a good enough position now that we can just save time. So might as well just stack all the offensive abilities. Yeah, that's not going to kill, but it is going to drag out the healer that way. Alright, no problem there. And wow, you made a mistake. Okay, so he's going to mostly take himself out there. Please block. Oh well. That's fine. No problem. No problem. All the rest of our damage is already in place, so there's not really too much they can do. Let's drop an Aegis over on you. Just make sure that you can hopefully blood price it up a little bit later. You're going to get rid of their healer. Alright, and let's blood price it up. It's already recharged. The reason I'm doing that now is so that he can recharge a little bit more TP by next time. Just so we have a guaranteed insta-kill on him. Anyway, so since this guy is going to be a bit of a doofus, we're going to go ahead and axe him. Berserker on the right is going to take her blood price attack, and then she's going to go take that strength upgrade card. Again, it may do a few points extra damage down the line. It's not really going to do anything at the moment. Alright, there's another one gone. Oh! Aw, man. That's a bad miss right there. Doesn't matter. Keep doing it. Keep doing it! Like, at this point, I'm less worried about time, more worried about just actually making it through the ending. I have a very particular strategy in mind for Dragalawa, so we'll see if that pays off. And hopefully that flute noise in the background isn't coming through. Yeah, you know, kiddos will be kiddos and all that. And at some point, not that long ago, we had somebody that decided, hey, it's a good idea to give all the kids flutes for some reason, or quarters, but, you know, whatever, same difference. Same friggin' difference! So every now and then, you just hear poo poo off in the background. Yeah. Dang it. Stop with this awkwardness. Okay, I'm gonna put another mending seed on Denim, just in case it needs the blood price again. It's probably a waste, but I think we have more than enough mending seeds. I grabbed way too many for safety. That's a just in case. They are just determined not to let her get that card. Whatever. Thunder Beast should be able to finish off this one. Perfect. So yeah, let's go ahead and peck down this one. That'll put him within range to be finished off by just about anyone. Pick up the strength card just for the hell of it. Just in case it does boost one of his stats up a point. So, if you weren't clear, it's essentially 1/3 of a point for each card, but they're also getting kind of decimal points in the background for each level that they go up. Now, all the classes, I believe they go up to set amounts. I don't know if they go by decimal points in this one anymore, but just in case they do, I'm going to pick up those cards. Just in case they do. And then I'll make annoying noises that hurt people's ears. Alright. Trident on you. Got parried. Ooh, that sucks much. Go for Aegis up here. Just make sure Voltaire isn't knocked out and can't attack again. Maybe not super necessary, but again, just taking extra precautions that I don't really need to. Just go there. You can't attack, so you stay there, you stay there. Yeah, this is just kind of annoying positioning from him. We'll see if we can get somebody up there to assist. Hopefully Canopus can do a little bit of damage here. fact, if he gets another turn, he can just finish him. That's why Paradigm Shift would be really nice on this run, but there's, like, the options are just not there to put it in for the moment. At least it isn't practical to do for the moment. Because you would essentially have to do a setup charge for each one, then you'd have to, basically a setup charge plus meditate, to be able to get the Paradigm Shift, which will essentially give you one, just basically will give you one extra turn, instead of the usual many extra turns. But yeah, it's a bit more balanced in this one. It's, I think it's a hard 60%. Okay, hang on, who do we need? Not Sarah. We'll take Volkert, let's take Tim out, and let's take Eddard out. Now we have one frontline knight, a ton of damage, and then Canopus for finishing off any stragglers. This will limit our healing somewhat, at least our free turn healing. And that nice, pleasant music. It's so nice here. It's all nice and pleasant and everything. But yeah, this one you want to try and focus on damage as much as possible. Spears are very nice if you're able to get the double tiles and everything, but there's so many big units I figured I might as well bring the chunkies along. Unfortunately, without anybody with steadfast aside from, actually, yeah, Volkert has steadfast. I might keep him off to the sides here. Actually, I might use him for Guardian Force. Thankfully, there's nothing here with too much defense. They've got one healer in the back. They're very annoying, but the frontliner should be able just to smash through anybody that gets close. Oh boy, that annoying blue noise. Put him here to drag them in. That should be a Terror Knight variant right there. Let's put one Berserker down here. I don't like risking them like this, but I'm going to put one down there so that hopefully they can start from around the side. Alright, let's go for a Ginseng. Go for a Guardian Force. Just in case they decide to go for the long-range things. Canopus, I'm pretty confident in his ability to dodge everything. I don't think they have any attacks that can hit right now, but just in case, I'm gonna... Yeah, okay, they've got casters and stuff. So that's fine. That'll mitigate some of that. Make sure that he's as close to 500 as possible, so that he can still get his insta-kill blood price. Okay, they did spawn with boulders, but we're good. We're good. We prepared for this situation. Griffins can't spawn with boulders. They can't throw them. Presumably, they are just not forearm strong enough to do it. Right. That sucks, but whatever. That's why she's off to the side. Okay, now we're just going to rotate in blood price smashes. Let's retreat you. Put in the next blood price. Smash with that. And then the next one can run forward. You can see why this is a little bit of a chainsaw sometimes. It sounds like it's really good stuff or something. 218. That's fine. Yeah, going forward, I'm probably gonna have to pick up some shots or something, so that I can get rid of that little shrub in the way. Let's put you here. Put a Mending Seed. I know it's a little bit overkill, but I want to make sure that she's got enough to be able to start smashing things. Okay, start doing a little bit of recovery. The nice thing is, yeah, those were discounted, I'm gonna call them discount blood prices. It's a blood discount. It's very handy. It's basically Guardian Force plus blood price. It's good crap. Let's have you fly forward. You're gonna start harassing this guy. On top of that, you're gonna go ahead and put on Hopongo, and then you're gonna turn on Elcolis next round. He's probably going for... yeah, he's going for the ghosts. Not going to do very much. By the way, ghosts aren't a set resist chance anymore. They are a hard 60% under all circumstances. Just to clarify. Let me make sure I have one thing real quick. No, he has Dynamo. Wanted to check if he could just be knocked off the cliff. Crit? No crit. Alright, Mage is hard. And because of the Lombardia, one sword user can get almost heavy weapon damage at this point. It doesn't last very long, like that. Honestly, the Lombardia, up until you start seeing units spawning in with like Dragon Scale and things like that, it's going to be pretty effective. Like, it's one of those very few gaps where it's just like one weapon that's noticeably better than it should be at the time, which is on purpose. I mean, it's the Lombardia, but still. God dang, my throat's dry today. Sorry about all that. Alright, I'm gonna get this guy going first rather than the Griffin. Griffin's not doing... Oh, that was a complete waste, actually. But I want his Rampador out of the way. So do that. Yeah, you can go ahead and blood price this Griffin. And almost dead. Just go ahead and finish him off. Take this tower for a little bit of extra vitality, not that it's really going to be needed. I probably should have used Last Resort on her there. Right. Keep moving forward. Save the time when using an item. Blood Price Smack on this birdie. And we should be able to survive with just enough units to be able to pull this off afterwards. Right, that is a strength upgrade. We will take it. And the nice thing about strengths and chariots is that they tend to stick out pretty well. Let's do that. And then Guardian Force. He's probably going to get knocked out now, but I want to be able to get some discounted blood prices. Which still sounds really weird to say. Starting attacking this guy. So we want the healer taking a bath to be gone as soon as possible. It's weird how that guy always wants to take a bath. I don't know if it was intentional or not. Like maybe he's just sitting there in the hot tub. It's like snapping his fingers every few seconds. Like, yeah, this is all we really need here. It's all right. I can just reach all you guys from here. Don't worry about me. All right, Mage is gone. Perfect. We can get one more maxed out blood price. Smash this one. So many Sonic Blades. Seems weirdly fitting for a speedrun. The nice thing about using Sonic Blade so often is, even though it's not always doing that much extra damage when compared to just a regular attack, especially when you're counting recovery time cost, but you also have to consider that they can't be parried, and a lot of these guys run very high parry. So yeah, finishing moves. They can't be parried. It's good stuff. There. Get your parrying nonsense out of here. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to turn that around? Yeah, you're totally gonna pull it off. Don't worry about it. You got this. Also, your healer is currently taking a nap. Also, instead of just taking a nap, I guess they're permadead. They're taking a very long nap. I'm just gonna leave them floating in the hot tub for some reason. Okay. Lambodia. Oh, fantastic. We got a crit, so we don't even need anything else there. Just sit there. You can just hit this guy. We just need 2 basic attacks on him, basically. Don't crit. Good. Yeah, that's more melee attacks than I would have life against him, but that's fine. It's perfectly fine. So there's 2 hidden doors that we want to pick up. And ignore the names on the split, by the way. That's probably not what we're going to be going for. Also, Yeah, the name of this one definitely sounds dirty. I'm gonna take Divold out of this one. Continuing on with this team. The reason why, I would take one of the twins for the sake of their stun, but they need to just be able to break through for all intents and purposes. And the odds of being able to knock a caster or healer off a cliff far outweighs the need to actually stun anything here, because these are just quick and dirty fights for the most part. Alright, fly up here, get that early snipe in. As you can, like, if you can get some early damage on the Griffins, one blood price will be enough to finish them off. Also, apparently they're just gonna waste their turn healing. Fantastic. Yeah, you do that 50 heal. That'll fix this fight for you. Probably just gonna go for direct attacks if they can't parry. It'll just be a little bit faster. We'll see how it goes. But the nice thing is, yeah, it makes the healer use a heal right away. Anytime that you're forcing them to use light heals, is one more turn that they can't use a heal 2 or heal 3. Unless they've got freakishly high MP, if they spawned in with the right equipment for it, that's pretty rare. Like, I think the most consistent I've seen is once you get to like level 35-ish, where you have some cases where they can spawn in with enough MP where they regenerate enough for a heal 2 every round. But that's, again, they would have to come in completely stacked for that. Alright. Loot price. One melee attack will finish that. Denim, once again, has the strongest blood price attack here. 448. He can one-shot Griffins. This is great. This is why you stack strength. Actually, yeah, then we're just gonna do this. I was gonna see about getting a heavy hit on that friggin' Cyclops-looking situation up there, but we're gonna wait a minute on that. I didn't want to check which unit was coming up next. They should be weak enough that doesn't matter too much. Oh, not the right tile here, but it's fine. It's fine. If we take time losses, it really doesn't matter at this point, as long as we can win it. Because when it comes to the OV mod, actually getting to the end is oftentimes, you know, kind of can be the challenge for Iron Man runs, or no save runs, as it were. Not healing the right unit, but I don't care. It's fine. We've got more than enough mending seeds. Because we should have 5 garden fights, then Andorus, then 4 fights from there. Come on, get the crit. I should have picked up Bash on him. So if you get Bash on this map, especially on Canopus, typically I like to pick that up around mid-game, but I forgot this time for some reason. But if you get that, you can just knock them off clips, get all kinds of extra damage, especially if you get Bash 2, which you should be able to have access to, I think. Not 100% sure on that, but I think so. Yeah, they're just going for debuffs because they can't, like, they can hit a lot of units, and they know that they can't really do much damage right now. They just have too much resistance on everybody for that. Interestingly enough, I saw a comment earlier today that apparently there's a opinion from a lot of folks that Berserkers are bad somehow. I'm gonna need an explanation on that one, because god dang, they're awesome. Like the light spear thing I can understand, because like there seems to be a constant thing of, hey, you know, they don't do very much like outright damage, this must mean that they're terrible. And, well, that's not exactly the case. Also, I should probably have used Hearten on Fulcrit there. I believe he comes in with Divine and Hearten already on him. If not, I'll need to remember to route that in for the future. It would be good to have a knight with status removal abilities, just so I'm not cycling through items. But if it's not possible to route in, then it won't be possible to route in. Alright, this one might get her up to where she needs to be. Yeah, just. There you go for the stun. Smash! And Go for the insta-kill. I love how this is ultimately going to wind up about 3 times longer than the original speedrun world record. There's something weirdly satisfying about that. It's like when everything comes out just janky enough. Put an Aegis, put a Mending Seed, and that'll power him up for next round. And then there is a 2-tile jump, so the currently scared lady will be able to pull that off. Or not. Never mind. Because that guy decided to go for a really awkward stun heal there. Fine. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, so you're just gonna wait. You're gonna heal. And continue waiting. Alright, and you are gonna start pecking away here. Actually, no, you... Morpheus, that should be almost enough to take him out. So if he decides to go do a cast on any one of my Berserkers, or just attack, or whatever else, or just, hell, if he wants to sit there and die, whatever. It doesn't matter, it's fine. Except it's not, because the healer got a turn. Crap, I thought I stunned you. Oh well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because they've got Last Resorts coming up. Doesn't matter. Oh my god. This guy's hilarious. I like to think it's just like a giant Cyclops sitting there with his backpack just like digging through like an overprotective soccer mom on a hiking trip. He's like, it's okay, baby, look, I got all these ointments and stuff. I got you. I can fix it. I can make it all better. Probably should have gone for the Berserk there, to be totally honest. But it doesn't matter. Berserk, like, for this particular route, I would definitely recommend keeping Berserk on the hammer user, just because there's potential for mass stun off that thing. That'll almost finish him off. I think Canopus should be able to fly an attack before anything else. Alright, so go here, basic attack should finish this. Don't be the healer. That's the healer. That sucks. That's fine. They shouldn't have Rampart left anymore. All these little time losses keep adding up all over the place. I'm going for a basic melee attack there because I figured it might be a good opportunity for her to get a crit and knock him off the cliff. She's not going to do very much with her frightened status anyway. She's probably going to do like maybe 250 with a Sonic Smash. Let's get that door opened. I believe it's the next map that has a door that I have to open. Come on, give me a good one here. Good. Okay, now let's move him over here just in case, because this is technically one of the random maps. I believe this one's classed as a random map, so if he gets knocked off the cliff, he will die, and that's the end of the run. So you gotta be careful on a lot of these. Like, actually, kind of think about it, I don't know if it's, like, plot important or not plot important. I think it's just if it's a defeat all map, they can get knocked off the cliff and die. If otherwise, they can't. That's the thing. It's a little bit unclear, but something like that. There we go. That's why you want that guy at low health. Healer will ignore his own health entirely, put himself in a nice dangerous position, and now we can take him out. Although, unfortunately, yeah, we're a little bit out of deficit for damage. Let's put it here. Deficit for damage, I say, as we're basically running around two-shotting everything. I just mean that she's scared. That's the problem. Checking if he has Steadfast there. He does not. So crit will not insta-kill him. So we're gonna have to get those couple extra hits. That's fine. Be here for safety. Take a bow shot, and the next heavy hit should finish him. I'm just worried about a situation where it's like, oh yeah, parry, and then like counter crit straight off a cliff. But there we go, done deal. So that's Gardens 2. Or Gardens 3, rather. Yeah, all these early garden names definitely sound dirty. It sounds like somebody's doing it. Alright, let's put two... I'm gonna bring in the twins for this one. So yeah, this is not so bad, but they have a lot more attackers for this one. So because of all the archers, I want to have Aegis and I want to have Guardian Force. Typically, Canopus will be able to harass them enough to delay them a good bit, but still. The nice thing is they usually don't spawn in with a healer. They can spawn in with one, but they usually don't. So we're gonna go here. There's a Cyclops that's going to block our way. Those guys do have a tendency to block very effectively, so if you have multiple flying units, it's definitely better here. And you're basically just sitting there getting sniped the whole rest of the time. Thankfully, that guy spawned in with a short bow for some bizarre reason. Alright, that's fine. He flies, so cliffs don't affect him. I always love that little detail. It's always funny, like they always have some tiny little details in there that, you know, it's just adorable little things like, oh, you know, I'm surprised they thought of that kind of thing, and then there's so many things in the original game that they just kind of completely overlook. Anyway, so we're gonna use 3 Ginsings here because I want to have everybody run Aegis. Actually, come to think about it, how many Ginsings do I have? No. Actually, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna... Yeah, I think we're gonna play it a little bit safe here. Now, what I wanted to do is get regeneration going early, but if we're gonna be doing it like that, yeah, no, I'm just gonna let them charge naturally. Thing is, I want to save at least 10 Ginsings for the last fight. So, you taken care of. Put on blood price. I think this is slightly too high for her to get a Sonic Blade in. Let's see. Or no, it's just perfect. Awesome. Alright, so Canopus should be able to finish that one off. I believe he's got a turn coming up. They don't have healers, so I'm just kind of counting that damage to stick. Right now, the only one in actual danger is going to be Voltaire, because if he gets crit sniped, he can fall off the cliff, but it's fine. We've only taken a couple of injuries up to this point. He'd just be out for the rest of the fight. So let's move you up here. Put on Horpungo so he's recovering the damage that he's taken. And let's take this guy out. Now, I was considering to keep a Baldur Bow up to this point, but I think we'll be okay with that one. We're getting enough damage coming from the rest of the team that I don't think we're going to need insta kills on Undead. I hope, anyway. Like I said, everything on the Dark Knight's team loves to spend their entire turn getting rid of debuffs. I don't know why. They're just obsessed with that for some reason. So Canopus has taken over for all the archers' attention at this point. Go figure, even with that hard of a hit, we're not breaking through that guy. So the Dark Knights start spawning in with anti-game gear at this point, which is going to let them be a lot more sturdy than usual. But yeah, they only have the one tanky guy though, so as soon as we get past him, no problem. That blood price, we should be able to do it. Get out of here! With your annoying blocky self. Build up here. And go Trident right here so that I can do Guardian Force on everybody. And we'll switch gears here and go back to Last Resort for a little bit. Probably should have turned that on after her turn, but it's fine. No, I'm gonna leave it at that. I was tempted to do the whole stabby thing, but that's gonna leave Voltaire in a bad position. I probably should have. That would have let her survive that shot. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. This fight will be over before anyone bleeds out. Not that it's really too big of a worry right now, anyway. Man, that guy's got some evasion on him. Okay. Oh, I should point out, this map in particular, the archers absolutely love to hang out in the back there. So you're more than likely going to be able to get a crit snipe off on them. Mending Seed on her. Probably should have used it on Denim, but that's fine. You should have enough health to still pull this off anyway. There we go. Perfect. Leave him as he is. They're still going to keep sniping towards Canopus because he's technically the highest damage they can do. That guy's still going to keep doing debuffs because it's technically the most effective thing that their AI thinks that they can do. I don't know. I think Rake said that at this point there hasn't been anything figured out in terms of how to actually change AI priorities. So they still just have like some set value associated with each action that they can do. At least they're more threatening than they used to be, because man, just Terror Knights running around like, oh man, let me use Leaden on everybody, or let me take my 2% poison chance over and over and over. That mess was hilarious. Like, it always cracks me up when somebody tells me, like, oh man, OV broke the AI. I'm like, dude, have you played the original? Because, man, the AI sucked in the original. Anyway, he's got some points at this point. We got Blood Price, can at least cripple this Griffin. Cripple Griff, if you will. Get him all stunned like. Or rather get rid of his TP, whatever, same difference. Voltaire should just be able to take it, no worries. Didn't get the crit I was hoping for, but it's fine. Next round I'm going to have him go snipe that archer. I was just thinking that crit could kill the Griffin and maybe open up some squares down there, but oh well. It just wasn't in the cards. And good going for Voltaire. He is a relatively tanky boy. That Ring of Vigor will really do wonders for you. Funny part is, Hobble should be pretty useful here, but unfortunately, it only prevents you from moving up 2 tile jumps, not 1 tile jumps, which is the majority of what's on this map right now. Oh, that 50 heal will do it. Oh man, what are we gonna do about that 50 heal? Oh wait, he's dead. Man, friggin' Apothecary, soccer mom over here. Gotta love it. Stab. Go for the Aegis. And we're good. What am I thinking? I think I'm gonna have to make that into one of the emotes, like a friggin' Cyclops in a minivan, or just the soccer mom. Man, nobody better let me forget that one. Goodbye, Cyclops. Actually, no. You're gonna go for the Blood Price. Get this caster out of the way because his animations are taking forever. Just shy. Just shy. Doesn't matter. He was also just dead. So I changed my mind. This, or rather, next turn, I'm gonna go have him snipe that archer off the cliff. Hopefully. Hopefully. Like, I had one time here. I think the best round I've ever gotten was when I came to this map, and I had a Warlock run up to the very end there. Mind blasted the one on the right side there off the cliff, and then shield bashed the other one off. So he just basically got a friggin' gravity double kill. It was amazing. It's like, that just never lines up, but sure enough, that time it did. Hey, look at that! It only took you 80 tries and you finally took down Voltaire. Good job. Good job! We're gonna do a safety evacuation here. Simply put, just in case we do run into a situation where we have bleeding out units later, I don't want her to die. Because that's something that just like, straight up cannot be afforded. Okay, come on, crit, 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 crit! Oh. I'm so disappointed in you right now. Oh well. Let's go this way. That's fine. That's still fine. It's so adorable that he thinks he's damaged. He's adorable. 150 on you. Yeah, whatever. We're just gonna take a regular attack here. It's perfectly fine. Here, put you here into poking range. I should really have picked up Bash on everybody for this. Problem is, if I have to generate TP using that, that's a problem. Come on, crit, crit, crit. Why? Like, by the way, I'm fully aware that it said 33%. It's just the odds of an insta-kill are too good. Got the deal there. No, safety. Whatever, we're gonna smash off that cliff. It's the last thing we do. I don't care if this takes more time, you're going off that cliff. Okay, let's see if you can get it from here. Crit, 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 crit! Aw. It's so disappointing. We're gonna have somebody falling off the cliff, dang it. Oh, you suck! How does he have siege? No, this is unacceptable. We're taking more time. This is gonna happen. They're going off that cliff. God dang it, the one time they don't move. Alright, forget it. Yeah, there's pretty much no time when they don't move. Like, I think with ranged units, their AI says like they do one short move, one long move, but still. That is fine. Halcyon should have the first skip here. And I believe that's that area on the bottom right. Need one gone, so we'll stockpile one of the twins for now. Now I need Bash on Canopus, since we're taking extra time anyway. Or Bash 2, rather. He already has Bash. What the hell? Okay, whatever. He's got a 75% chance to knock stuff back now. Ah, that average coffee, though. So we got the dragon map. It's fine. One cockatrice I can live with. I can have him blood price and heal from the very first turn. This is one of those ones that can be kind of dangerous. You don't want to let the Hydras get Clearing Haze. That'll typically ruin some stuff real good for you. So they're gonna get all charged up right from the get-go. Basically, their first turn they can't attack anyway. Their second turn they can just kind of get into position. This way, they don't have to put themselves into a risky position when they actually can use their kill moves. So we should be alright. Looks like they spawned in with one healer, but they got a Fusilier. We want that Fusilier gone. Yeah, Fusiliers are actually kind of scary in OV, especially if they get crits. They have a tendency to crit very often. I'm not sure why. It's not like they get a luck bonus or anything. They just crit all the time for some reason. This is going to be one of our Ginsings here so that he can do Guardian Force. They're probably not going to target those two. So for the time being, he's just going to Aegis, and then next round he's going to Guardian Force. Perfect. That's going to be one of their Berserker variants. Ginseng, get that Aegis out. And we want to keep them as topped off as possible. Come on, give me my turns. Ideally, I need to have one dragon and the Berserker gone by the time that by the time their next turn's done. If I can get all of them done, that'd be ideal, because I think I can Tyrant's Mace that one. Yeah, okay, you just made it happen. Please crit. Oh, dang, that would have been sweet. That would have been so sweet if you knocked him off the cliff. Actually, he probably doesn't have Steadfast. Crap. Worth a try. Worth a try. No, there's an option to get the Cockatrice gone. That needs to disappear first. Okay, almost gone. And they didn't build up any TP, so that's fine. Now we can focus on the others. 429, also almost gone. Third one should be able to just do a basic attack and finish it. Cockatrice is probably more dangerous than both of those, but they have a tendency to be really annoyingly resilient. And after the end of this fight, I need to pick up TP Plus on everybody. Right there. It's a bad tile for him to stand on, actually. Alright, come on, crit. Boo. Yeah, if he had potentially crit on that one, that would have been another easy insta-kill there, but oh well. Such was not to be the case, it seems. That right there is why I think the Cockatrice is just going to take himself out. Please miss. Okay, he didn't get the bind off. He does have feather stuff to prevent bind from sticking anyway. You're trying to stick a shadow in the water, that's not going to work. We should be okay. Alright, I no longer have to worry about the Berserker. I put himself into a position where Folker can just actually... Safety. Okay, didn't work. He put himself into a position where Folker can just shield bash him off. Alright, another dragon gone, and that's a judgment. So let's have you go over here and take this door. The one that we need is actually up there. Get this one gone for safety. So yeah, Canopus is going to turn on El Colas before the last enemy's gone. He should be able to finish this guy or girl. Perfect. Move in here to go deal with the guy on the right, hopefully. We should have a Berserker that can reach him on either end. Then Fulkert should have a perfect shield bash on the right there. What are you thinking? Yeah, good job, Chuckles. Jeez. By the way, you might be thinking, hey, he's stunned, so he failed to put up his phalanx there. Not actually the case. He just tried to put it on a tile that didn't exist. Oh! Are you? He's a warrior variant, that's what it is. He's got Dynamo. Yeah, well, crap. That's fine. We'll just pull back one of the others to deal with him. Or not. Actually, Fulker can take care of him just fine. So one more round to finish. And yeah, that Necromancer's annoying. He's just cursing everybody. I just like to think he's up there yelling obscenities at people like a psychopath. Nah. That sucks. Alright. Colas, get up to the door, and probably, hopefully, snipe that Necromancer off his little pedestal. No, so we can just go deal with him. Ah. You know, for 75%, it doesn't seem to proc very often. See if we can hit him. Yes, okay. Or her, rather. Or him? A him with a her name? Whatever. One of those things. That's fine. That's also fine. It's also fine, and then we just have one left. Fulker, you can just stay where you are. Other Lady Zerker can just go up there. Actually, Denim can probably just one-shot them. So yeah, just use a seed, I guess. And Denim can one-shot them, no problem. Actually, even Voltaire can probably do it. It's probably a waste of a seed. Actually, no, they all should be able to, because, yeah, Canopus can go snipe them off that little ledge. Because I'm sick of his nonsense. Not going to be able to Sonic Blade up that sharp incline. Okay, time for a little bit of science. Is this still going to be able to hit? No. Okay, that's also too sharp of an incline. Worth a try. Maim. Dude. What part of 75% do you not understand? He's like a Dragoon with a gun? No, he can't have Steadfast, can he? Yeah, no, he does not have Steadfast. It's just not proccing. Weird. In that case, you know what? That wasn't a wasted seed after all. And done. Which one was it? I think it was Beast Fangs. That's the hidden route. So I'm gonna want more heavies on this one. Man, how bad would it suck to lose this fight this far in? Don't need the pan over. This one's gonna be a little bit shorter, but a little bit more annoying. because we basically have to stick to the wall. Very nice music, though. So I'm going to have Canopus run up, and he's going to go for those insta-kills. Can't quite just yet. Yeah, safety strategy for the future might potentially be to drop a bunch of phalanxes up there on the top. Let's have you over here. You're gonna go over here. I don't want to block that tile behind Denim, because I want Ogre to run up and shield bash him backwards. There we go. I don't think he can get knocked off the map in this case, but I don't want to risk it. Friggin' 11 hours into the run, so... There we go. Got time for a coffee. And I might have to put a slight pause after this fight, by the way. Just so I can go double check on everybody. And actually, wait a minute. Next turn I'm gonna have to pause it. One moment. Alright, I'm back. And yes, Mr. Cerbo, there are indeed Friday shenanigans. In fact, we're actually going to be continuing on with your mod after this. So I'm finishing the very heavily quotated speed run. It's 3 times longer than the world record for the original version. And yeah, so we'll go from there. So we basically just got the rest of the gardens left, and Doris, then we've got the Undergarden, and then the twin fight, and then just Dorgy, and that's it. But yeah, so quick little side note here, by the way. There's one thing that my daughter keeps finding on her iPad that just weirds me out more than anything I've seen in a while, and I keep meaning to bring this up. But you know how they always have those things where it's like, oh, you know, here's like Bob the friggin' random inanimate object or whatever. And so they have one of them that's called Bob the Train, and they have one specifically called Bob the Train Goes to the Army Camp. And it's literally just like this train running up and happily talking to stuff. Like, oh, hello, Mr. Bomber. It's like, yes, I'm a bomber. Everyone fears me. I'm like, dude, what the hell? This is a kid's show. See, it's okay. You can still do this in 4 hours. Yeah, totally. By the way, I don't know if you were here for that. That whole thing that was mentioned about being level 10 at the end and all those shenanigans. That's not a thing. No. Basically, it was just basically archers and paradigm shift, like I was saying the first time. That's how they did the original, so functionally what it became was just a shooting range where the AI never got a single turn. But anyway, so 3, 2, 1, let's do this thing. So Canopus is going to continue heading on this way, just looking for insta-kill snipes, basically. He might be able to get one here. It's kind of unclear how the tiles are lining up. That's an insta-kill. Alright, put on Huapongo just in case. You probably shouldn't need it, but, you know, it's there. Go back to blood price smashing everything. By the way, this might look a little bit similar to the run of your mod right now. It's just like a bunch of heavy hitters running around smashing everything. Like, let's try to max out damage as much as possible. Alright, perfect. He put himself on the cliff. That looks like a Warlock variant, if I were to guess. Let's get you healed up. Actually, let's get you healed up. But yeah, basically there's an ability in this game called Blood Price that just allows you to effectively max out what is kind of like your adrenaline meter type situation at the cost of half your current health. Which allows you to use all kinds of moves however you see fit. Namely ones like this that allow you to just crush the hell out of everything. It's pretty awesome. It's very risky, mind you, because, yeah, a lot of stuff in the mod can hit more than the remaining health you have, but still. Alright, that's Warrior variant. Ideally, I'd have Canopus snipe the Warlock variant. Have everybody, oh, come on, please crit! Oh, dang it. Okay, never mind. They now have that one to deal with. Let's go Trident. Just shy on being able to use Aegis. Don't want to risk him. He's my heaviest damage dealer right now, but I just don't want to risk using him. Alright, actually, wow, that worked out perfectly right now. Okay, never mind. They can't be knocked off. That's fine. You know who can be knocked off, though? This guy. Aw, he can't be knocked off. What the hell are you? Like, I know I'm wasting time on this, but what are you? You've got Steadfast, whatever the hell you are. Oh, he's a Beastmaster! Ah, derp. Whatever. That's fine. Lost a few seconds. Something, dual Scorpion Tails. Kind of what I'm going for here. So the builds that they're using right now are two-handers, vests, helmets, and Vigor Rings. Oh, for God's sake, hang on. Quick pause, I need to find out what's going on back here. And I'm back, and yes, exactly, it's a dad speedrunning challenge. No, we can never do a normal speedrun. You have to be uninterrupted, yeah. That's why... Well, I mean, technically there are segmented runs, because there's some games that are like 400 hours long. So, you know, whatever. Either way, this is kind of like a personal best for a category that technically doesn't exist, but a type of run that I think would be really fun for people, so... I don't know, I personally really like the idea here, just because there's, like, you basically have to come up with everything on the go. And yeah, you just kind of have to adjust for whatever happens. But anyway, moving on. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, you're dropping Aegis over here, I believe. So it gets Breen a little bit more health so that she can blood price better. So what I was saying earlier, essentially the setup I'm going for right now is essentially, well, for most... Oh, wow. Can't believe that missed. For most of the units anyway, or at least half the units, is two-handers, which are just basically Western two-hand swords. They let you get a bit of a bonus to accuracy. It's about 10 to 20%. Vigor and helmets allows them to have more just overall damage resistance, so they're physically stronger. And let's go use this. And yeah, they have vests to boost their evasion. Alright, almost done here. I think it's the next map after this. I have to get another hidden door. And yeah, that's what I was saying. Just like ignore the names that are showing up over there on the splits because they're completely wrong. I put down the completely wrong one. But yeah, I like the term of dad speedrun challenge. Okay, got the hits. Nope, I should be able to finish this then. I would pick up trajectory earlier, but it's just, yeah, it doesn't necessarily make sense. And apparently we are having another... Oh boy, what is going on there now? Oh. Oh, hang on. Give me another 10 seconds here. Gonna leave it on this screen. Yeah, 1 sec. So, okay, so Cerebro, I was actually saying yesterday the dad run. Just need to get that over into GDQ, and you just have like 3 kids crawling around, and they're just like looking around the entire time, like, okay, gotta change the diaper on that one, gotta change the diaper on that one needs a snack. Anyway, moving on. So, see if we can get through the next one. Alright, don't need any more menuing. Should be the one after this that has the hidden door, or maybe not. Okay, one more heavy into this. I forget which one this is exactly, but whatever, we should be fine. But yeah, to explain more about the team, so yeah, all the Berserkers are running heavy weapon, usually two-hander plus defensive set. Oh crap, what the hell? Crystal Dragons? Did I go the right route? I might not have gone the right route. Because that is a lot of scary crap up there. Because we got an Epicus, and we got, or is that a heavy draft? Whatever, it's the upgraded variant one way or another, and it's gonna hurt real bad. This is a very heavy map. Alright, whatever. He's going to run Distraction. So Knopus over here. He's running Vest, Leggings, Axe, and Shortbow. Just basically allowing him to run Distraction the entire time. We've got the Berserkers running all two-handers except for one guy with the Warhammer. The idea being that two-handers are very accurate, whereas the Warhammer has slightly better overall damage. Well, and better armor penetration more so than actual better damage. Anyway, typically that's if they get past if they're fighting something with armor, they're gonna do a little bit more damage. But yeah, point being, the hammer can potentially stun things, and it also comes with a move that can get rid of the TP meter on whatever it hits. Whereas the two-handers stun every time. And we got fussing again. Of course we do. You know what? I'm just gonna... Let me just go fix the situation so it doesn't happen a fourth time. Hey, we're back. Alright, and I'm back, and I'm sure we'll have more fun chaos in the background, but alright, let's continue on. So, what's going on here? Yeah, basically what's going on, one kid's eating a snack, another one's being, like, really obnoxious towards them. And, yeah, the one that's trying to eat a snack is very protective of her snack right now. Very, very protective. It's like, no, nobody's getting my straws. These are my veggie straws, mine alone. Right, so everyone with high health is going to be doing more damage, so I need to get all of these heavies going ASAP. The crystal dragons are able to cast things, which is always fun. These griffins hit like a dang truck, so that's always fun. Yeah, it should be just enough to finish off. With the knights, I'm running one-handed spears and heavy stun shields on everybody. What the stun shields do, they essentially get rid of the bash ability, so the ability to push back, and instead replace it with the ability to stun things on hit, which will reduce the chance to well, they get a 50% chance to fail their next action. So that's really useful for shutting down healers and that kind of thing. So that's always handy to have, and yeah. So ideally we would get a stun off on that healer back there, because they can just pretty much undo any damage that we do. But as long as we keep doing damage, then, you know, we can just kind of keep forcing them to use their MP on that. So it doesn't happen again when... let's see. Fun when it comes to kids, yeah. It's, I mean, there's only so much that can be done to make sure it doesn't happen again, but oh well. Oh yeah, and there on the very right side is going to be the hidden door. It's right, you see where there's that, like, little area right next to the crystal dragon that has a little arch? For some reason, it's shoved in there. Don't ask me why. It's just, they have bizarre locations for hidden doors here, and no real hint as to why they're there. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Alright, so we're getting a little bit low on health on Denim. I can't really afford to have him going down, so if he ends up getting knocked out, we're going to have to use one of the... I believe we only have one Salvation Gem, so that's pretty much our only mulligan for the entire run. Because they're very rare to get a hold of, and there's almost none of them to actually drop over the course of the run. In fact, for future routing, I probably may even want to go do a little bit more research as to how exactly they drop. Because... to explain the difference between the gems, the main ones, if your unit gets knocked down, they can get them warped out of the fight. And hang on, I need to pause it real quick. Okay, there we go. We're done. Good. It's handled. Moving on. Okay, so he's gonna go Guardian Force here. Essentially lower the cost of blood price. He's gonna go up here. Stab this guy, or girl, whatever. One of those things. 1 point shy being able to use Aegis, which is kind of unfortunate, but oh well. If you get a chance to finish off anything on this map, you kind of just need to right away. Right, there we go, that's fine. Yeah, for a lot of these maps, it's kind of annoyingly difficult to actually get to the targets you need to. Alright. And that's why those guys are annoying. They just keep doing that kind of crap. We're gonna have to do another risky blood price here. Just enough to be able to pull off that next move. I'm gonna throw a Thunder Beast on this guy, that way one of the other Berserkers can go finish him, and he's not gonna have any more actions until then. Yeah, that's the nice thing about the rank 4 move, is you can just kind of shut down whatever unit you need to at range. And oh boy, the other two are finally nice and happy, and then the other one here is like, man, it's time for me to go make myself angry. Oh, jeez. Alright, don't have Steadfast. Insta-kill. Fantastic. Archer, healer is gone. I probably should have gone for the door. Oh well. Right. So yeah, Mr. Cerebro, this is what I was talking about this game being friggin' amazing when it comes to throwing everything off cliffs if you need to. Because stuff doesn't survive gravity so good. It's great. It's fun. Go for the Trident double stab. Go for the Aegis on her. Get a little bit of defense and regeneration. Sonic Blade on this one, then they should be able to attack on behind them, then we should be able to take out the dragon, and then deal with that last guy the moment that the door opens up, which again, I should have just done with Canopus, but I didn't because I'm gonna do this. It's probably not even the right door, hell if I know. One of those things. Truth be told, I might be mixing it up with a completely other map, as so many of the Hanging Gardens maps, well, kind of look similar to each other. So let's hope it's right here. Okay, that was not it appears. Dargon's not going to do anything. We can't do anything. Yeah, I might be mixing it up with a completely different map. We're just going to go ahead and assume that. I'm going to feel real dumb if we have an extra fight as a result. Okay, smackify this dragon real good. That is fine. Then we'll take that door up there. Just in case it happens to unlock anything. Again, there's some hacks, like certain abilities have 100% knockback, so you could do it. Can you make all shields have knockback and allow them to be used as weapons? I kind of, sort of love the hell out of that mechanic. Oh crap, I just knocked out. Ah. Okay. That's annoying. That's an annoying right there. Whatever, it's fine. He's gonna run off. It's not the end of the world. That's annoying, but well. And they got their mode. They got their move off, but it... Interestingly, they almost killed themselves with it. Alright, dead. Oh, you know where it is? No, it isn't. I was gonna say, I think it's over there, but it isn't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the next map. Usually I don't take this route, just to be clear. you're wondering why the hell I'm speedrunning this and I have no idea where the hell I'm going. I normally just kind of go through it directly. Blood Price, Sun's Blade. Shields cannot be used as weapons formally, nor can you dual wield them. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna stop reading right there then. Then I can make an ability called Shield Bash and that's it. Nice. Well, that could work real nifty-like. That would give knights, you know, something to do when they're not kind of running around smacking stuff. I kind of feel like knights could use a little bit more stuff. Alright. So we're gonna hope that that was the correct skip that I did. Okay, put the heavies back in, leave 2 knights in reserve. See if I have some other updates gonna try to get done this weekend, like fixing auto potion. Oh, okay. Wait, so it was confirmed busted? Oh, and actually, yeah, we did skip those other couple fights if we're already on Necros. Alright, so this is the Necromancer fight. You got zombie dragons, you got friggin' gremlins, ghosts, all that goodness. This is when I would normally have that bow on hand. Now, basically what the bow does is it allows you to fully wreck these dragons, but you should have enough damage to not have to worry about it. It's going to be slightly slower, but whatever. Not the end of the world. But I was actually going to try and do like Deep Dungeon and, you know, potentially even run all the way up to the end of the mod today. Should I just, should I wait on that? Because basically the 2 that I was hoping to do between today and tomorrow are Your Mod and X Division. Since I found out that X Division run, despite the fact that it's gone completely poorly, it turns out, yeah, it's not only possible. I'm really worried about Denim getting insta-killed off that clip there, because that would be an instant game over, and therefore the end of the run. But yeah, it turns out, yeah, it's not only possible, we might actually be able to even win it. So we'll see how that goes. Basically, because despite being way the hell into endgame, apparently, A, we're not actually fully into endgame. Some of those Robo T-Rexes and crap, apparently those are... Oh, you absolute dick! Not only does he get 25%, he also gets the crit, and insta-kills him. Nice. Let's see. Most of the updates want to do shouldn't affect you, you could keep going? Okay. Okay, we're gonna blood price this dragon, and hope that he's got plot immunity from falling for this one, otherwise it's gonna be a real stupid way to lose it. And then hopefully... are you the one with rank 4? Let's put a mending seed on him. Let's put that there, and then the other berserker needs to shackle stomp that thing. Canopus needs to distract like a mofo over here. Because we basically can't get anybody up to provide any kind of support until that dragon's out of the way. That's what sucks about this map. And why I was actually considering routing in a Griffin or something like that. So we've got just enough for Thunder Beast. Denim should be able to exercise that thing next round. So he hits an Exorcism, then he... Again, ideally this would have been Voltaire up at the very front, so that he's also removing their TP, but screw it. So yeah, he exercises. Please don't crit. Okay, good. Just don't crit. Don't crit. Okay. It's a risky position that I have him in, but I kind of need to right now. Alright, he's going to go for the Necro back here. They're the only one that's going to die permanently if they lose all their health, but he's also the only one that can't heal. I'll go for the full Pongo here for regen. He's going to try to mess up his movement, that's fine. Alright, second dragon moving in. Yeah, that guy, you can see the dragon, despite attacking later. Okay, he does have plot immunity right now, because that crit would have killed him otherwise. So, just to clarify once again, with regard to Denim, in most story fights, there's some weird, like, janky exceptions for reasons I don't quite understand. Basically, he will have immunity to falling, at least when it comes to falling off the map. Presumably because you'd probably want to have him at the head of your party in a lot of cases. But the unfortunate part about this map in particular is all those little curves on the edge. Those are all the ones. Those are all the ones that you're going to see. You know, all the crossbows immediately sniping at. I don't know if they're programmed to snipe at them or if they're just a lot easier shots for them to take. And if they could stop hitting 25%, I would absolutely love that. We've got that dragon up there. The bummer about that is that they keep coming in with Rampart Aura, which jacks up your movement. So that's always fun. Bind Shackle stop. Please stick at a bind. Perfect. He's got a free ability to get rid of that. Mending Seed on this. Alright. So we can start doing damage next round. Thankfully, that dragon seems to have not spawned in with Rampart somehow. That's actually not too common. They pretty much always come with Rampart. Yeah, Rampart zombie dragons are just the worst. They're just the absolute worst. Because it's literally just an unkillable thing that unless you have Exorcism, you cannot get past them. Like, if you come to this map without an Exorcism on you, I've had so many times when I've been doing runs, they didn't have Exorcists, I didn't have Exorcism scrolls or any of that in vanilla. And that's actually why it's nice to have Holy Water as an item, because you almost definitely have Field Out as one of your skills, whereas Exorcism, you know, less so. Two quick things here. I'm safe keeping my knights on these corners, because they've got Steadfast, so they've got Steadfast courtesy of their power armor, which, yes, that's actually what it's called. Okay, let's go use Feather Step, get that bind out of the way. Then we're going to go ahead and put this guy to... Oh, right, it's just short. Crit. Whatever. We're just going to leave it at that. His dodge should keep him alive until next turn. I'm going to not move in order to give him a little bit more speed. You're going to go Blood Price on this dragon. I should be able to double Blood Price and finish him. Yep. Let's get Spraying, a little bit more healing. And by the way, on more than one run, it's happened to me that they've gotten two sidearm crits in a row and just killed random units. So yeah, the whole thing for putting the silver Lorica into for all the heavy units, that's going to be, like, if it's at all possible with whatever classes are suggested, I'm going to do it. Because I'm still planning, like, the next run that I'm planning is going to be, rather than Knights like I was going to do earlier, it's actually going to be Warriors and Phalanx. So we're, that should be pretty interesting. And the reason that I want to do that one is, it's like, I was looking at the routing and everything, and you actually don't need a class mark Jason pull that off. Also, he has now eaten 3 25% in a row. What part of dodge do you not understand? Thank you. It's like the friggin' Dodge Master refusing to dodge. What part of 40% do you not understand? Ah, oh, man. That is just unfortunate. Alright, so this is a relatively safe tile. Sidearms are the only thing that can hit here, and it's a little bit awkward for them to get into range. So that should be alright, which should allow somebody to move forward and do a bit of an exorcism there. Please tell me that this can hit. No, it can't. Okay. So you're going to take your plot immunity over here, do a little bit of healing. Let's get Build healed up, because if she gets knocked out, we're screwed. Alright. There we go. This is why we wanted that Necromancer gone. This was a douchebag. So that's what he does. He basically sends a bunch of zombie dragons after you, and he has an ability that lets him just free revive them. So he can still cast at you, he just gets to revive them. Necros are pretty good at actually being leaders of the undead and all that kind of thing with the mod. Right, dead. Get wrecked. Okay. I'm gonna take a Horfungo here for a little bit of healing, and then he's gonna stand right there. I'm gonna use a Ginseng. Need to get a little bit more healing going on these guys, so minor as it may be. Actually, no, let's go Guardian Force. give them half price blood price next time. Thank you. It sucks that they're both in the way now. Yeah, with the Necro gone, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move up Canopus to start helping with exorcisms. Ghosts, there's not too much we can do about, and they're not really doing too much damage anyway. It's just plinking off with the types of setups we have going on. You're just gonna sit there. You take this tile because it's safe. Take this one because you're basically invincible. I should point out, normally Knights would not be this resilient. Just the way that I have them set up is just working out really well, because we're under level 30, so even though these guys are starting to scale up, they're not scaling up all the way just yet. Like, they're still at 22 here, meaning they're not spawning in with all the best gear that they could potentially have. Meaning that, yeah, we can get some good stuff going. So you're actually just... oh, you're the one with only Sonic Blade. Crap. Xanax. Thank you. Thank you. The Dodge Master remembers how to dodge. Okay. Keep dodging. Thank you. That's what you're there for, after all. They go for the Thunder Beast. This is... no. That sucks. Thunder Beast is going to do set damage, no matter what, so let me go ahead and use an Emulsifer back there. Actually, no. Let's go ahead and use it on you. I probably should have used it from that back tile, because then I would have been able to use a spear to finish him off. Alright, whatever. Just use a seed, heal up. We're going to take a little bit longer on this than I'd like. Actually, I might be able to have Canopus come in and finish him. Maybe he'll decide to walk away. That one decided to walk away. If he decides to walk away, we're good. It's just really annoying to get all your damage in on this one. Alright, perfect. He decided to walk away, and he also put himself within bow range. So we just go ahead and snipe him. Put in a little bit of regeneration, and he should be good to survive whatever's coming towards him. There's nobody to bring him back to life, so he has to actually go through his entire death counter to have issues. We just gotta deal with the other one. Anyway. So you got all the DD fun ghosts that'll be interesting to watch. Yep. Looking forward to that. Really, really looking forward to that, actually. Because, man, I did DD so long ago, I don't even remember what's in there, so... it should be pretty awesome. I just remember a whole lot of not being able to see very much. Let's go for... yeah, this should be safe. Hit each other to build up a little bit of TP. Give this one Aegis. Leave it at a bind. Or just miss, that works out too. Gonna drop a quick pause here. Alright, and back. Sorry about that. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so in the mod it's a lot harder. Well, good. And then it can be all difficult, like. Alright, actually, yeah, let's leave you back here. Blood price. I think this is the one that should have... No. No, she doesn't. Okay, whatever. Go for blood price on this one. That skeleton is a douche! Because he once again put himself in the way so that we can't go exercise that friggin' thing back there. It's fine. Canopus will handle it. It's just annoying because I wanted to use him for sniping the gremlins a little bit. Whatever. Go for basic attacks on the ghost for now. Go for blood price right here. I just figure we're basically sitting around and just kind of fighting it out here anyway. There's really no reason to go take out the ghost just yet, because we're waiting a couple turns until Canopus can get into position. So whatever, we're fine. Knights in the back there are completely safe. He is relatively safe. But yeah, if DD was mostly just higher level enemies and all that, honestly, I wouldn't be too worried, because at this point, like, the party has such ridiculous control there that I'm pretty sure it should be fine. Like, that's what I always like trying to set up in any game, where it's just like, these things can do a ton of damage to everything from, like, every direction, pretty much. So that's, that's why they're set up the way that they are. That they just basically ignore elevation entirely and move really far and run up and hit stuff real hard. So, yeah, it tends to work out real good. And they also kind of consequently seem to have a ton of health as a result as well. So, kind of just flying bricks of pain, as it were. Alright, let's go here. Drop a little bit of holy water. So yeah, I'm hoping, depending on how long the fights take, based on how many fights there were, my assumption is probably finishing up your mod by tomorrow, because it's basically latter part of today. Then I have a couple segments tomorrow. So I'm assuming that'll be everything from DD all the way up to endgame. Given how they usually tend to go pretty quick. So that might be beating the mod at that point. And then we might have to go for a New Game Plus version. Or just like everybody spawns in with endgame gear and you gotta beat them with like a stick. When's that version coming out? I kid, by the way, please don't make that version. Please, please, please don't make that version. Alright, I think one of my knights with spears should have just enough range to go poke that guy. Just take care of him. But yeah, so far levels haven't mattered too much, and that's what I always like when levels don't matter very much. Like right now, for example, in this one, if we were playing the vanilla version, the fact that my characters are 6 to 7 levels higher would be causing us to take no damage at all and completely dominate everything here. Which, yeah, no, as you can see, they're still being quite threatening, they're still doing a ton of damage, they're still doing all that, because most of everything's been put into the equipment. So when you're leveling up, you're getting very, very slight stat bonuses. Like, it's noticeable. Like, for example, anything that is already resistant to something will be that much more resistant to it. Specifically, you see that the knights take 1 damage from casters because they're already innately very resistant to it. Their equipment is very resistant to it. And on top of everything else, they have the slight extra resistance from their extra levels, so yeah, it just does nothing to them. If it's an AoE, if it's a missile ability, it'll still get through somewhat, but still, overall, it's just not a threat to them. They're still going to take debuffs because their evasion's really low, which I kind of like that system, to be totally honest. It seems like not a lot of RPGs do that. Usually it's just like resistance will avoid anything magical altogether. For a good bit of the TO games, the logic is instead, if you have high evasion, you can just evade spells kind of thing. Alright, let's go over here. Is this guy using the phalanx? No, he isn't. Alright, let's drop a driving cut on this one. We'll save using a blood price. Lock this ghost in over here. Right you're gonna go here. You are gonna blood price. Actually, no, you won't. There's not really a need to. Go do that one. Blood price probably would have turned this into a kill, but it's fine. Turn on Last Resort here to boost her strength and therefore defense a little bit. At the cost of some of her health. That worked out perfectly, kind of. Minus the part where she got knocked out. Right, you're gonna blood price it up as well. Should be just enough to do another Thunder Beast, which should get rid of this one. Perfect. And that puts the Knights on mop-up duty. Actually, I need to start with Volkert. Yeah, we should have more than enough holy water. I was a little bit worried that there were more undead maps that I was forgetting. But yeah, this should be more than enough, because after this there's only one other map that's really worrying in terms of undead units, and that's after you start getting into the tomb area. It's fine. See, like right there, despite that level difference, he's still doing normal damage with missile attacks. Because Denim's a berserker, but oh. Whew, okay, and back. Yeah, so that was interesting. Apparently so we have like one little cat here. Ran by a little bit too fast for the baby. So like it runs by him, he doesn't know what just happened. He's like, oh god, oh no! The friggin' fast thing ran by, everybody go run for the hills, and so like yeah, he starts having a whole thing. Then another one that's currently taking a nap decides, hey, wait a minute, I heard a noise, it's time for me to party. So she starts screaming, which causes another one who's like currently on a bathroom break right now to go start having a bit of a meltdown as well. So you know, standard tantrum smile, and fantastic, we got a dynamo plate. Okay, so dynamo, that's going to be a flat upgrade to any character there. So Wish, or any one of the knights really. It's just an improved version of the Silver Lorica. Basically that one's going to be entirely RNG dependent as far as whether or not we get one. So I can't exactly necessarily route for it. It's like one of those things that there's the option to go craft it, but we can't really spare the time for it. And unlike base game, once you get to the Hanging Gardens, instead of just kind of sticking to weirdly crappy stuff, because of a lot of the items being moved to an easier to access place, this means that all the Dark Knights are actually using up-to-date gear and will actually use stuff that's better than what's available at the store. So they will come in with Dynamo. So the way that it goes, you have basic tier, which is your like leather and mail and all that kind of thing. You have your slightly advanced tier, which is going to be Boulder. Then from there you go up to Damask. So that's what I have everybody on right now. And then you have Worm Scale, and then you have Elemental on top of that. So it's part of the Worm Scale tier, as it were. As far as the overall tiers, it's like a 5-point bonus in stats, give or take. It's nothing too amazing, but it's just nice to have. It's one of those things that can potentially make a difference down the line, so it's worth having. Alright, one little gremlin here being a bit of a pain. How do you not have Thunder Beast? You were rank 3 when I got you. Whatever. Let's go finish him off. Fantastic. And we're done here. Yeah, that door will just automatically open. I don't believe there's any hidden doors on this one. Alright, this is another quick and dirty one. They don't, I don't believe they always spawn with healers. It's kind of a maybe on that one. I'm gonna have Canopus run up and draw fire from everybody. These guys can go do, the old Bloodborne charge here. Some Blood Price, Mending Seed. By this point in the game, it's actually to the point where you probably want to start using salves. Like basically after you get above 300 health, it's better to use salves. But we didn't exactly have the time or money for that, so we're better off just using seeds. Now, because of the numbers of blood prices we're able to use at once, this is why I'm expecting to be able to completely overpower Dorgalawa. Namely, I'm going to set up a... well, I guess we have to get there first, don't we? If we get there, I'm just going to be setting up a line of knights, having them drop phalanxes. Dorgalawa then teleports over to our end. Basically, just sit around not attacking anything up to that point. As soon as he teleports to attack from behind, I have all the berserkers pile on him, drop all the heaviest things they can, and that should be just enough to break through. So basically, if he goes down, you can skip the doppelganger fight entirely, but usually you don't have near the type of damage that you need to make that happen. So yeah, we'll see. this puppy is gonna get himself in trouble. Keep having to go mute and friggin' discuss things with him repeatedly. He keeps going up like, oh man, this little baby's chewing on something. Clearly this means I need to get involved, and then like, he ends up pissing him off. Anyway. That's just life for you. So because this took a little bit longer than I was expecting, odds are we're probably going to get all the way through to Andorus before lunch, and then the actual like final gauntlet, so the last 3 tomb sections, and Dorgala will probably be post lunch. All right. So I'm just seeing my options real quick. So I need him up here, and I need him dodging. So he's going to start throwing out some damage here. Come on, get the push. Didn't get the push. Oh well, they probably have steadfast. So he's going to go here. He's going to dodge like a crazy person. He might get knocked out. That's fine. He's got spare lives for this reason. Okay, that's fine. Dodge. What I want to do is get him down to that tile on the bottom left. You know, that kind of little out of the way area. Then he'll be able to circle around the back and start knocking dudes off cliffs. I'm aware I just threw my entire setup completely out the window. Not sure why I just did that. Bit of a dumb move. Alright, so got a little bit of a quiet moment here to kind of explain what's going on. So, at this point I've noticed that I'm starting to run desperately low on healing seeds, actually. So for the future I may want to consider picking up 70 or so of those things. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on Last Resort on anybody I don't want aggroed at the time. I'm just going to put them off in the back. And also, their healer conveniently put themselves into insta-kill range in the back there. So we should be able to do that. There we go. We don't necessarily need blood price for everything. It's going to be a little bit slower without it, but it's perfectly fine. After this is just Heaven and Earth, and then we're good to go. So their archers are functionally pointless in this fight. Alright, I think I got a few seconds of silence here to kind of quickly explain what's going on with this setup. So they're all going to come down very slow and steady. What I want to do is make sure that they can't go down to the bottom right here. So I'm going to drop a phalanx right over here. Now we're going to drop another one right behind that. Just make sure they can't use those stairs whatsoever. But yeah. Canopa's going to fly around to the side, everybody else is going to sit here and wait, and silence is done. So to kind of briefly explain what I'm doing here, long and short of it is I'm trying to make sure that everybody is sitting here and regenerating, being as defensive as possible. Canopus is up there doing his whole distracting thing. He's actually trying to build up for a finisher right now. So he's distracting a bunch of their units by forcing them to heal that guy. And then he's got his finisher now. With one more attack, you should be able to use an Alcolas, go all the way across the map and put one of the healers to sleep. So that should be pretty handy. Let's Guardian Force up here. And let's move her over this way. I am keeping everybody else in reserve. Pretty much as soon as Andorus gets close, like he'll run past his golems if you pull back far enough. So he'll just decide to go charge on ahead. The other ones will generally do a good job of, making it look like he's not going to do anything, but he will go straight up ahead of his, ahead of his entire army there. Go get himself killed. So then if you have a bunch of berserkers ready to go, you can just, do the usual dogpiling strategy. So that's exactly what we're trying to do. If you pull up ahead, they'll generally retreat. Basically doing stuff like this, they see Canopus as kind of, they'll usually aim towards the middle of your party. So they'll essentially try to flank around the party by going down the little bridge area here. And I think if I speak quietly enough, nobody will have a bit of a fuss over here. Yeah, definitely one of those interesting days today. Wherein it seems like everything is going to be all nice and good and calm, and all of a sudden one can't stop fussing in the background, which causes all the other ones to start having fusses. It's iffy when that happens, but that's life. So we're going to try not to use up any, too many items here. So we should go for the melee now. Yeah, so there we go. We're in position. Ideally that Templar behind him wouldn't be there, but hopefully the Baldur Golem will move. Oof. Again with those 25% crits, they love doing that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to turn on Alcolas, we're going to go way back here. And the next healer that's coming up is right here, so we're just going to go give him a little bit of a nap. So that'll get him out of the way for the time being. You generally want to go for whichever one will attack next. Alright, so that is going to be the first half of the garden's done. I was going to continue on from here, go all the way to the very end here, but if Like, we keep having endless chaos in the background here. I'm just going to do this after lunch. So we'll be back in a few hours here, and yeah, I will be right back.